Helping the elderly with health care is something we all support, right? It's very important, not only to the elderly themselves, but their families as well. It takes a big burden off them. No organization does this better than PACE of the Triad. They even did it through the pandemic, never stopped. I spoke to the director today about what they do and how they do it.
Ursula, I appreciate you being with us today. Let's talk a little bit about what is PACE for people that aren't familiar, and what do you guys do?
It's an acronym that stands for Program of All-Inclusive Care for the Elderly. And so our program is a health and human service organization that serves frail older adults who live in the community and qualify medically to live in a nursing home. So we're talking some pretty fragile folks. And what we do is we wrap comprehensive services around them. And our vans are transporting people either to us to see their doctor or to get therapy, or they may be transporting them to dialysis or to see other medical providers. But we do provide the medical transportation for the folks who participate in our program, which we call participants.
So when you talk about the heart of the organization, it's really those workers, isn't it? What type of comments do you get from the patients and their families about what those workers do every day?
We would not be a PACE program if it were not for our employees. I hear comments every day from family members. Thank you for all that you do for us. You feel like family. The latest one I received was from a daughter who said, throughout this pandemic, I've never felt alone. They are, in fact, truly our heroes. Very few of them have been at home throughout this pandemic. Most of them have continued to provide services to older adults. So we wanted to pause for a minute and acknowledge that.
Well, yeah, and that pretty much sums it up. Respect for the elderly is very important, and you guys are doing that. Thank you for joining us today, Ursula. Good luck.
They're a great organization. By the way, tomorrow they're doing that employee appreciation luncheon they talked about, where they'll let the employees drive through and get lunch, social distancing and that type of thing, no contact. They deserve all the credit they get for what they do for our senior citizens.
Yeah, and with our senior citizens being some of the most vulnerable people right now during this pandemic, it's so important that they have services like this and people that are supporting them and loving them and just doting on them during this time. I love to see stories like this.
Yeah, sometimes it's really just about being a friend to the elderly as much as it is the healthcare side of things. They get lonely. They need that human interaction, and these guys are doing it.